Hi Leo, you gorgeous big cat. Welcome to February 2020 and happy annual full moon in your sign. Let's make a song and dance about it because it is gorgeous, it is courageous, it is inspirational, it is brave, and it is determined. Even as Mercury goes retrograde in the following week of your full moon, it is determined to push you forward. It is determined to give you that courage, that va-va-voom, that push, that drive, and it's going to be having you feeling yourself. Particularly Leo rising, but if you're feeling right now like I can't see that, brace yourself. Ace of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the deck. An opportunity is coming. Be it a raise, be it financial success, be it putting more money in your savings, having a bit of extra money in your pocket. Venus enters Aries on the 7th, bringing that beautiful fire sign energy, joining Mars in Sagittarius and the Leo full moon. We finally get a bit more fire, and I think you guys have needed that. Chiron is camped out in Aries, making you assess the way that you relate to the world, the way that you view life, the way that you see the bigger meaning, the bigger purpose. And those are big questions. Judgment is big energy. Big energy. Ooh. You're asking the big questions. This full moon has really got you looking in at yourself. First house energy, Ace of Pentacles. What is it that you want to do for you? What is it that you want to start? What is it that you want to create? That you would like ideally to be able to accumulate, bring to fruition around your season in July and August. What is it that you want, Leo? What do you want? Mercury enters Pisces on the 3rd. And then it does a tailspin and retrogrades. Not just amplifies the energy, it makes people more aware of their subconscious yearnings. Perhaps a lot of you are dealing with a past love that you just can't get over. Judgment and the 3 of Swords. And the retrograde just brings it up and makes you, wow. The Tower, really you are in your feelings about something from the past. Or something that doesn't have any closure, or a snap judgment, a snap decision. Something seemed so promising and just crumbled like that. That Saturn-Pluto conjunction in February may have been the reason. The eclipses may have been the reason. But beyond the reason will come your season, and you will be, in some way, reborn. Judgment and the 3 of Swords. Ooh. 8 of Wands. Perfect. Right in the middle. If you need to speak your truth and say what you have to say, you will get a chance to say it. And Ace of Swords, you will wonder why you didn't say it sooner. Whatever it is that is going on in your head, Leo, the thing that is worrying you so much, possibly some kind of wake-up call, possibly some kind of decision on someone else's behalf, or something that swept the rug from underneath you. It feels, Leo, like you have to put this pain out, and it has to reach somebody else's ears. The Ace of Swords is, while double-edged, it is very clear, it is very clarifying, it is very to the point, and it is sharp, but it is necessary. 8 of Wands is quick succession of messages, speaking the truth, letting the truth move through the ether, through the air, and going where it needs to go, and only then will you have that clarity. The Tower is, while one of the most feared cards for some reason, it is just quite simply, yes, the Chariot, things are going to take off, don't you worry. Whatever this Tower moment is, things are going to be different. Whatever this Tower is, it is not something to be feared. It is something to be rejoiced. It is being able to clear the path. It is demolition of a derelict eyesore. Do you know what I'm saying? Some long time useless energy. And it may not have seemed useless, and it may have seemed promising in some way. Or maybe this is something that just needs to be rebuilt. Either way, the demolition has to happen, and with that demolition leaves you space, leaves you foundations, leaves you ground zero, where the only way is up. And you can build it differently. You can start over. This is why I don't feel that people should fear the Tower as much. And for it to follow the Three of Swords means it's finally going to help you figure out what this source of pain is. We have Scorpio, and we have Aries, and we have Cancer. You could be dealing with any of those, but Leo, this energy is more so about you. As you move into 2020, there's an anticipation, there's a newness, but there is something here that needs to be addressed. And I think for a lot of you, it could go far back into last year, or the year before that, or the year before that. But the clarity, oh, there's clarity. Queen of Swords. Mars entering Capricorn on the 16th. Four of Cups. Mars entering Capricorn on the 16th helps you clean up your own habits, helps you, yes, 10 of Wands. Helps you decide what is healthy for you. 10 of Swords and the Empress. Okay. This full moon can go either way for you. You can step into your power, you can step into your beauty, you can step into everything that it is to be a Leo, where you walk in the sun, or you can allow the pain to fester. This will either be a clarifying moon, or you can do nothing and see what happens. Don't you want to start over? Don't you want to be brand new? It's an opportunity. The astrology is good, but I think you're holding on to something and doing nothing about it. Four of Pentacles. Page of Swords. You need to talk. You need to speak your truth. The Chariot. If you're dealing with a Cancer, their words may wound you, but it is the only way they know how to handle what's going on with them. They don't realize what's going on with you. Cancers are trying to step into their power. And a lot of people are enthusiastic about it, and a lot of people are not. But nobody is lukewarm. Nobody is indifferent. There's an element of extremity. Judgment, the Tower, and the Chariot, and the Empress. You would rather break everything to pieces than get to the one thing that really is hurting you, and that's probably something to do with a bad judgment call. It's probably to do with something that has made you feel like you were reduced in somebody's eyes, or they were reduced in yours, and you can't quite come to terms with it because you're not speaking on it. There's a lot of power comes from being able to speak your truth. While we love your sunshine and your confidence, your pride can block you from progressing forward, for you are a fixed sign. You are a fixed sign, you're fixed fire. And fire, when it spins out of control, cannot be contained. But this requires a controlled demolition. This requires a demolition on your terms. When you see the Tower, you can do something about it, but it requires a good judgment call. It requires you to be honest and clear, and to not take someone else's defensiveness too personally. Mercury retrograde is revisiting the past for a lot of people. Judgment and the Three of Swords is just that. And for you guys, it could be revisiting the past that hurt you so much. For Pisces, is your house of death and rebirth and intimacy and secrets. And Mercury retrograde possibly wants to get to the bottom of those secrets, of those mysteries that cannot be contained. The full moon in Leo is not going to come and go quietly. It is going to make you address the dominant vibration in you at the minute. But there is success. When you have that clarity, you will charge forward. But you must remember, Leo, that you can take your new opportunities. You can try something new. Ooh. Right off the bat, the dragonfly. Gorgeous. The dragonfly represents coming out of your emotions and seeing the bigger picture, seeing things from the air, seeing things in flight after being in the water for so long. It's one of the only insects that starts in the water and lives in the air, I think. That transition. And I think for you, that's what it is. The eagle, something quite similar. You could for sure, with Judgment and the eagle, be dealing with Scorpio people. But you could also be dealing with the repercussions of something that happened in Scorpio season. But I think for you, Leo, there's a need to rise above what it is that is bothering you so much. To see it from a new perspective, to see it from new heights, to elevate above the thing that you are actually bigger than, but that is appearing bigger than you because it is lying dormant in your head. And if you're thinking in Aquarius season, I don't have a partner, I'm tired of not having a partner, or my current relationship isn't working out, you need to look inward and see what the problem is then, because it will become clear if you let it, if you accept it, if you accept that truth. And for any Leo, regardless of gender, be it male, be it female, you need to heal your divine feminine energy, where you can hold space for people's feelings, their emotions, where you can be present for people, supportive for people, nurturing for people. It's quite simply understanding your yin energy and not letting it become dark yin energy, where you feel jealous and vindictive and unlovable, or needing the wrong kind of attention or accepting the wrong kind of attention. You can't just be the Empress without the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords can happen to even the Empress. Doesn't make her any less beautiful, doesn't make her any less worthy, doesn't make her any less of an Empress. She's just quite simply still a human. And she feels that pain and she feels that disappointment. There will be a lot of highlights in February, I guarantee. But there's also a lot of deep addressing, a deep healing. And you might not want to accept that necessarily. Or you would rather hear more illuminating things. But the energy for February astrologically is actually quite beautiful. It just so happens that you maybe need to address something that's long overdue. And I think that if you do, you follow a much clearer path. One that leaves you in confidence and happiness with good results. Or you could do what you have been doing and reject yourself and your opportunities. No matter how disappointed you maybe feel about where you are romantically, or worried about where you are romantically, or worried about what could happen romantically, even if you're dating or in a relationship, you mustn't reject the opportunities that come to you in work, or career. You must be joyous and appreciative of the things that have forward movement. And I think anything for you in February, Leo, can have forward movement. You just have to be willing to accept it. And not only that, you have to be willing to speak your truth. Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. If you can take a break from social media, I'd recommend it. Speak and honor your truth, and this month will be a much easier month. Full of positive messages, possibly even messages that make you quite surprised and quite shocked. Some that maybe you welcome, some that maybe you don't, but all of them feel incredibly necessary and incredibly healing. We'll get more in the extended into the key players, and we will see, Leo, what revisiting from the past seems so clearly in need of a conversation. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the extended. Bye, Leo.